Welcome back to the channel. We are doing the final checkout video of the 1957 Standard Electric Type 1954, which was made for the PTT of the Netherlands. This telephone was made along with two other models made by different companies. So we have this one, Standard Electric Type 1954. We also have the Ericsson Type 1951, which is also very similar to the Ericsson DBH telephones. We also have the HEMAF Type 1955. I have all three models now. This one completes what I call the trifecta. This telephone in particular resembles loosely of the Western Electric 302, given its little slopes, and of course the handset looks a lot like a F1 handset. The profile of it is slightly, I think, flatter, and of course I think it's wider. Again, I'll show you this Western Electric 304 here. I don't have it complete, as I said, but here's what I got of it. Slightly wider, you can kind of tell. This one's a little bit more compact, and it seems to be a bit flatter. I think it's more spread out than this telephone. It's like they took it and squished it a bit, I think. But that's where I'm assuming where their inspiration came from. I understand that there was a less number of these made compared to the other two models. These are, I'm not saying they're more rare, but when you look around for them on eBay, there are less that you see that show up, especially in great shape. Most of the ones you come across, bakelite's really, really discolored. This one is in very, very good shape, and this one happens to have been sold through Radio Shack, which is Tandy Electronics Corporation, was also known as Archer, and they sold these along with the two other models as well. So I did the usual, cleaned up the bakelite, washed it, and polished it. There really isn't any damage, but there's a little crack that I noticed here on the corner, but you can barely see it. And there's also a bit of I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's on this, I think it's this side. Yeah, it's a crack, and there's also a little chip. That's where the screw is, so whoever opened this phone before I did, their screwdriver slipped and chipped the bakelite on the corner there. And everything else is great shape. The dial did not need to be taken apart. All I did was oil it. I didn't wash, but I wiped kind of the dust off, you know, after taking the bezel and the finger wheel off. And I also did adjust the speed governor, so now it's spinning at exactly 10 pulses per second, because it was running a bit slow. I understand that rotary dials over in Europe, their specifications obviously were different, and I think they ran a bit slower than they did here in the States, because we have different standards they did over there. But it will, I'm assuming it will work on a line if it takes pulses, but you know, given the, you know, taking away the landlines, I don't think they would, especially in VoIP. So there's no logos on the inside of these handsets. The Ericsson handsets look a lot like the F1s as well, but they have their logo on the inside somewhere. It's usually on this part here in the little oval shape. Handset's in good shape, even the cords. This is a vinyl coiled cord. I'm gonna set this to the side so it doesn't slam. And then the line cord here is a cloth covered cord, and thankfully still has its leads here, and they weren't chopped off. I'm glad they didn't chop the cord off like some people do when they decommission their telephones. We got one decal here. It's riveted in. It says standard. It's, you know, like Standard Electric. Then you also, like most all PTT telephones, they had their PTT logo somewhere on the telephone, and on this case, it's on the right side of the housing. Let me give you a little profile view of this telephone here like I did with the like telephone I did last week or early this week. So here it is. So I'm going to spin it around. This one, compared to the 302, it doesn't have the little part at the end where it juts out. They don't have that on these telephones, so it's completely flat on the back. Here's the other side, and then here is the back. This is where the cords come out. Little restraint here is obviously torn up a bit, but I'm going to leave it as it is. And I'll show you the plunger here. Reminds me of the Standard Electric 267, I can't remember that. 2724, I think. That's the number. With the cradle telephones, like the Belgian. It's got that single thing here. It's cool. There's also a window figure number card as well. I didn't put a piece of paper in there. It's not really necessary. I might put one in later, but I've done enough for this telephone. Did need a bit of rewiring because it needed 2 wires, and I had to strap 2 terminals together to get it to ring. So it doesn't need the 4 wires anymore. So we have the bottom markings here. This phone was made in August of 1957. We also have a stamp there as well, 80, 51, 55, 2. I also polished the bells. They are steel bells, and they were quite tarnished. It's always nice to freshen those up a bit when you fix up these telephones. The inside of the telephone wasn't too bad. You saw the inside of it. I took all the components out. I didn't undo the wiring very much. There really wasn't much to do except for take everything out of the terminals, and I just wiped everything down. So anyway, this is a great telephone. It's a very good quality. So next we will get the machine out and we will do the demonstrations. So we will be right back. All right, we are back. Pardon the mess of cords here, but yeah. So I got the machine out, so I will give you some dial tone. I'll pick up the handset. Okay. You see the light there, voice/dial level. It's working. Hello, hello. It's working great. Give it a couple pulses. I haven't done this in a while. 2. So now we'll dial some numbers here. All right, and now we will give it a ring. I'll move it out of the way here so you can. Okay, here we go. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video of this Standard Electric Type 1954 made for the PTT of the Netherlands. I will have more videos to come. Hopefully, the next time I see you will be after Easter. If I'm so inclined to get something done before Easter, I will see you. But if not, hope you all have a happy Easter. Happy Holy Week. Have a blessed Holy Week. And I will see you soon. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.